This video is sponsored by Canto.
Hey there, I'm Angelo Montilla, and I'll be speaking at the CreativePro Design and Marketing Summit in July, going over how to create social media assets using Adobe InDesign. You know, one of my favorite tips when I'm creating social media assets in InDesign is using the object layer options with PSD files. Let me show you how I go about doing that. I have a PSD file that I'm just going to drag onto the layout, and you can see it's in my loaded cursor. I'm just going to zoom out just a bit. And let me just start in the upper left-hand corner and drag out the image. I'm going to hold my Shift key, and just so it's the size of the actual page, and I'm just going to make this fit. So Shift Option Command C, and I'm just going to bump it up in size. So Option Command greater than, something like that is fine. Now, remember, this is a PSD, and InDesign allows you to control the layers within. So let me just click on it and Command C. And then let's just paste in place. So Shift Option Command V. You could do it the long form way by going to Edit and then paste in place. Now, basically, there's just a copy that's sitting on the original. So there's two copies here, but I want to turn the background off of this top version here. So I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to go to Object Layer Options. And you can see here, I have two layers. I have the main image, which is the image on top, and then the background layer. So I'm going to turn that one off, the background, and just hit OK. Now what this allows me to do, I'm going to go to my CC libraries. I have some geometric shapes and a logo here. I'm going to bring in one of these shapes first to start, and I'm just going to drop it in, and let's move it something like that is fine. Now if I go to my layers panel here, you can see it's called artwork.78. I'm just going to drag it right in between those two, and you can see now I can place that, and it's behind my subject. And go into properties, go to opacity, make it maybe hard light, and turn it down to something like 60%, so it blends into that a little bit. And then I have all this space to the left where I can I have an earlier image here that I'm just going to copy and then paste that right into place. As the last step here, let me just add the logo in the upper right-hand corner. So this is for a fictional music streaming website or platform called Bop, and I'm just going to place that right in the upper right-hand corner of the layout. And let me show you a different way of doing this. So if I go to properties, or I'm sorry, pages, let's add a second page. And I'm going to copy this, the entire thing, and let's paste it here. And let's just remove that first image, and I'm going to bring in another PSD file and just replace it here. I'm just going to drop it right in. So there's the second one. So let's say you wanted to maintain the background. You can see the first version had a solid color. Let's say you had a background, and let me just delete this shape here. Let's do the same thing. This is also a PSD. I'm going to click it, Command C, Shift Option Command V. Again, we have two copies. Right click that upper copy, or the one on top, I should say, and go to Object Layer Options. And basically all we're doing here is turning the background layer off that top image. Once you've done that, click OK, and you can see the text in this case already goes behind the subject. I'm going to click on this handle here and just move it to the right. Now this is the top version that I'm moving, just the handle. I want to click on that back image, and I'm going to go to my swatches panel, and I've created this blue color swatch. I'm going to click that. Then I'm going to double click to drive into that content, and let's go to properties. And let's change the opacity. First, let's change the blend mode to multiply. And let's change the opacity to 45. And you can see that the background is still maintained. Let's grab another shape here. Let me just move this back to its original place. And again, I can go to my CC libraries, grab a different shape, drop that in. And let's move that behind the subject. A quick way of doing that is Command and left square bracket. That'll send backward. I'm going to scale it down by holding Shift Command, move it to an area that you like, maybe to the right a bit so it's not competing with the text there. And then you can see that we have our shape. I'm going to maybe scale it down just a little bit more because it might be too big, and then move it down a bit. We have our shape behind our subject along with some of the text going behind the subject. So that is working with layer object options built right into InDesign. I look forward to showing you some other tips and tricks next month when I'm speaking at the CreativePro Design and Marketing Summit. I will see you there.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. And for thousands more how-to articles and tutorials, visit our website, creativepro.com, and become a member today. Thanks for learning with us.